All right, completing the 3.5-inch lift. Got to swap out the drive shaft. The factory one in the front is not going to take the new lift at 3.5 inches. You see there, it's a Nepco end. Number is 5221. I mean, that's the same things Adams uses. I swear, I think this is Adams drive shaft. They just don't have the labels on it. I wonder if Metal Cloak just made a deal with them and Adams makes the drive shafts for them, because that's exactly what it looks like. Well, the factory puts in a ton of blue Loctite. That is a lot. Hopefully don't fall on my face, that'd be bad. I don't know if you see, I have to take all these bolts out here, so I'm not really able to show you that very well. But the reason why we're changing this is because this flange right here is all beat up, and that's just from a 2.5-inch lift. Because you see it drooping now, it's beating that flange up. With a 3.5-inch lift, this is going to be even worse. It's out. Got to take a socket, and I got to pull that nut out right there. That'll be fun too. All right, the nut came out with either 1.25 inch or 32 millimeter. It's like about the same size. Now I got to tap with a hammer right here and try to knock this housing off with a skid plate in the way. Yay. With the housing off right here, you can see the front of the transfer case exposed. So I got a new yoke to go on its place. So we're going to install that now. So the spline end will go on the splines up here. It is not keyed, so it don't matter how it goes on. All right, that is on. Put some blue Loctite on this nut and then put the nut on there. No, the JKs, you had an O-ring right here. This one, it don't say to put anything on there, but I think you're supposed to at least put some black Loctite on there. That's what Adams drive shaft says, so we're gonna do that just to be safe. I use black RTV, not black Loctite. What? Don't record that. That's just a drive shaft hitting the button. Oh, looking right at the sun. That ain't no good. This right here is where I'm tightening down with a 15 millimeter socket wrench. I've already walked using my calibrated wrist at 18 foot-pounds. Ah, I just busted my knuckle. That's fun. I love busting my knuckles. Makes it look like I've done something all day. This is the new. We installed that new yoke right there. So you get a double U-joint style right here, which will help it flex more. When it comes down here, you got more travel. Well, you got more travel with the suspension. And now with this tube being smaller, it won't hit the sides as much. It won't bind back up there at the transfer case like it was. No binding up here at the transfer case because you got double U-joint up there. The old drive shaft has been removed. This is the factory yoke, which was pulled out and replaced. As you can see here, this is one reason why you had to replace it. See how this thing's all beat up right here? That was the worst one. There's another one over here. It's also beat up right there. So even with my suspension lift being 2.5 inch that I bought from the dealership, it's still bound up. So even though everybody says 3 inch, I'm gonna say even if you do 2.5 inch, you probably need to look at upgrading your drive shaft, any kind of heavy usage. It only had 1 or 2 dings on that little ring right here, but it had a couple. So clearly my drive shaft, at some point with me flexing out over ruts or something like that, and me 3-wheeling my Jeep, I have bent this flange right here, and that's not good. You don't want to bend that.